To use My Quilt Planner, the first thing you want to do is you want to have a quilt top, and then you want to click this option here to build a quilt. Okay, so now in this settings, you're basically going to answer all of these questions here on the left-hand side. And as you answer, it will build your virtual quilt over to the right. I'm going to say that I have a 10 by 10 block. But now you can have rectangle blocks, diamond blocks, or brick. So when I choose the rectangle option, it will let me enter 2 different measurements. So you can see here that it's rectangular. Now look what just happened. Do you see the dashed line all the way around? That dashed line represents 36 by 36 inches. So I do need to fill that entire area. Now, when you're working with your quilt top that you have pieced and you are entering these exact measurements, it will work out because you have a quilt top to prove it. So I'm just showing you these settings so that you can see what happens differently. So also we have diamond. You can see that puts your blocks on point. And the diamond also lets you put in 2 different numbers so that if you have a square on point or if it's a rectangle or diamond on point, so you can choose those. And then also here, the brick shape. Now brick, you can see that it is still symmetrical, but they're offset halfway through the quilt. Now, I'm going to say for this first example, I'm going to say that I have no sashing, but look at the sashing. You can see whenever I do a 0, it's removed the vertical sashing, and then now it's removed the horizontal. So you would enter the amount that you want. And then in the border, I'm going to put a 3-inch border here. That's for the quilt that I'm working on. And see now my measurements, because I knew this worked. You can see my 36-inch quilt is filled up with 3 10-inch blocks and a 3-inch border on each side. So that's 36 for the width and 36 for the height. My quilt planning goes all the way to that dashed line. Now down here, or actually let's stay on the border for a minute. So now you can actually have more than one border, and you can also have different corner types. So the corner type, you can see that this is called a stone, where I've got this little end cap here. But if I use miter, then you can see it switches it to a mitered corner. And I also have the options for caps. You can see that's where my sides go all the way to the edge at the top and the bottom. And if I switch it to sides up, then I've got my side borders that go all the way to the top, eliminating that end cap or that miter.